Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And today I will continue my Defenders of the Shadowlands campaign, featuring my solo RPG framework and toolbox still on my tablet as a PDF. I got a print copy ordered, but it's not done yet. I think it'll be arriving, or it will arrive sometime by the middle of next week. So then I also got a printed copy that I printed at my go-to online print shop. This is what's in the works, but for now I will still be using the PDF. However, this is not a problem because it is very easy to navigate because it is linked. So last time we ended in the city of Noldak. Reo did some gambling. He bought some rounds for the other patrons from his winnings. Elenora, she went to bed a little bit early to rest and to take care of her wounds. She got a couple of bites from a wolf so that they do not get infected. And now it is the next day, the next adventuring day. We start not too early because Reo, he likes to sleep in, and Elenora, she's also sleeping in because she needs the rest. So I would say maybe at about 10 a.m. we are ready to go and make our way into the common room of the tavern, which at this time is not too busy because the people that have to work, they're already going about their daily business. So there are a couple of adventurers in the common room, a couple of travelers. We get a nice breakfast, and then we get our things together, and it is time to head back towards Kamaron because we need to deliver the items, the wolf teeth that we collected. That is one of our quests, and the other one was a family heirloom that we retrieved from a goblin camp, which also needs to be brought back to its owner in Kamaron. And this is what we will be doing. And then the plan is to finally recruit some more adventurers and head out into one of the dungeons so that we can maybe start or make a little bit more progress towards the main goal, which is to retrieve those 3 items for Raliana the Wise. Okay, so that's basically what's the plan. As we all know, plans change on contact with the enemy, but at least we can try. So we have a nice breakfast. We get our water skins refilled and our provisions. And then we head out south. So we will be using the wilderness gameplay procedure from the framework, which states that first we need to determine the weather. Maybe it is very bad weather. Maybe we stay in town another day. So that would be a possibility too. So let's roll a d4. Oh, 3 is actually fitting weather for the season. So it is spring. I determined that it is spring last session. So fitting weather means sunny, some mild clouds, light wind, but actually pretty pleasant to travel. So yeah, we do head out, and we can, this is a map featuring 6-mile hexes. Maybe I should note this down here. 1 hex equals 6 miles, and we can travel 4 hexes during the day on foot. And difficult terrain, 1 hex counts as 2 hexes, and plains 1 hex is just 1 hex, and we have to check for an encounter whenever we enter a new hex. So we head out south. So we just get our provisions ready, and then Reo goes, well, Elenora, ready to head out? Yes, indeed. I don't know how much time we still have until this Shadowdark takes hold of the land, so we shouldn't waste too much time, and we should head into a dungeon pretty soon. Yeah, but remember, saving the world does not only rest on our shoulders alone. Raliana, she put out a call to adventurers across the country. So maybe at this very moment there's a brave party of adventurers delving deep into one of the dungeons, trying to retrieve one of the artifacts. And Elenora goes, yes, but prepare for the worst, train hard, fight easy, and actually I do not want to miss out on this reward that was promised. So let's make haste to Kamaron, okay? So we move south 1 hex, and we roll for an encounter. On a 1 there will be an encounter. No. And we move further south to 3. And now, because we're in the swamps, it is a 2 in 6 chance of an encounter. No, 3, barely. All right, so now we only have one hex of movement left, but we can push on with a Constitution check, basically to make a forced march. So Elenora goes, well, the weather is nice today, and we have made good progress. What do you say? Do we press on? Try to cover some more ground before it's getting really dark? And Reo goes, yeah, we're traveling light. Why not? Let's push on. All right, so we push on 2, so that would be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we need to make a Constitution check. It'll be a DC 12, a normal check. Reo, he gets +2. Reo first. Yes, 15. All right, so he's not that exhausted, meaning he does not get disadvantage on anything. And now Elenora, and I will grant her advantage because she's got the ranger background. She's used to travel light and swift and to press on, and hardened by wilderness life, which can't be said of Reo because he's got the Thieves Guild background and is more of a city person, and she also got +2 con. But she, however, rolls only a 6 + 2, that is 8, so we do press on. But Raliana, she missteps and is caught in a swamp hole, and it takes all her effort and help of Reo to get out. Actually, it's a pretty dangerous situation. She almost got swallowed by the swamp. So Reo, she pulls her out, and she goes, damn. That was close. We better make camp for the night. Okay, so now I am in the make camp procedure here. So I'm going by this wilderness gameplay reference. Now we make camp, and we can make a skill check to find a safe and secure campsite. Only one character can make this check, and it is a wisdom or intelligence check. And normally Elenora, she is usually the one that does this check because has got the ranger background. Normally I grant her advantage, but because she's exhausted now, because she failed her con, and we did this force march, she also gets disadvantage, which cancels each other. So she's looking for a safe and secure campsite, but without advantage. And the DC is 10 plus the danger level of the area, and the danger level is 3. This is a danger level 3 area, so it is a DC 13, and she gets +2 for her wisdom, but no advantage. So Elenora goes, all right, let me scout out this area here to see if I can find a safe and secure rest. 8 plus 2, that is 10. So that is a no, but of course we don't know that. So she finds a spot and says, yeah, I think this spot is good. We can set up camp here. Okay, then we set up camp. And then we can assign camp actions, 1 camp action to every character. And we are at full health because we rested in the tavern. So I will be assigning the forage for food and water action to Elenora, and the lift morale action to Reo. So he tries to cheer her up a little. But first, while Reo is building the camp, she is foraging, and the DC depends not on the danger level but on the terrain. And for swamp terrain, let me see, I think it is a DC 15. Dungeon action, wilderness actions, hills, swamp DC 15, yes, okay. So a DC 15, but she does not get advantage, sadly, because she's still exhausted. So DC 15, wisdom, she is foraging. Oh, natural 1. So she comes back not only exhausted, but also disheartened. She goes, damn it, couldn't find anything. Looks like it's rations tonight. And Reo goes, well, that's not a problem. You have provided us with food so far. I think it won't hurt to eat another ration, or to eat a ration for once. I mean, they're tasty too. Beef jerky and hard bread and hard cheese and nuts and raisins and all this good stuff. That is fine too. Okay. But Reo, he takes the lift morale action. So he tries to entertain her and cheer her up with a charisma check. And it is a DC 12, I guess. So in my framework, I'm using generic terms because it's system agnostic. But here it says lift morale, a medium difficulty skill check. So medium as defined by my system, medium would be normal, would be DC 12. So it's a DC 12 charisma. He does not get a bonus, no advantage, his background doesn't help. So he goes again, well, Raliana, remember this one joke I told you? I know another one, so listen carefully. And then I'm telling her a joke. 19, and she listens to my joke. So here it goes. 2 elves encounter a halfling in the forest, and then I tell the joke, and then Raliana, she looks at me and tries to keep her composure, but there's a smile creeping up across her face, and then she goes, that's funny. God damn it, why don't you tell me these jokes now and not before? This is so funny. I can't help it. Okay, so our moral is lifted, which means we each get a luck token. Okay, so those are the camp actions. And then we settle down for the night. Of course, watches. I will take first watch because Raliana is exhausted. So she can sleep first. And now let's go by my framework. It is now I do have to make an encounter check because no safe camp, and it is depending on the terrain, and the terrain is on a 1 or 2 on a d6. So this will be the night encounter. If there's a night encounter. Oh, and there is. Okay, so now we determine a wilderness encounter. And the wilderness encounter works like this. First, we determine the encounter components. And since we didn't move, we are using the no movement column here, which does not include sites, because sites usually don't pop up out of thin air if you're stationary. However, you can always come across monsters or NPCs that stumble upon your camp. So this is the reason behind this division here. So we roll a d4 to see what the encounter components are. 3 is an NPC. Oh, okay, so it's an NPC encounter and not a monster. So NPC is a d12, or use the NPC generator. Okay, it's 11. It's a monk. Oh, that is interesting. So yeah, so we make camp. We make a small, or not a, we make a campfire out of wood that we have gathered. Elenora settles down for the night. I take first watch. And this monk, he's approaching our camp. So this is the monk in the sense, like the monk class sense, like this martial, unarmed fighting, channeling key energy warrior kind of style. So this kind of monk. So let's see if Reo spots the monk. And I say it's a DC 12. I'm not doing an opposed roll here, just DC 12. 10, wisdom 0, no. So this monk approaches our camp, but we don't, or Reo doesn't see it. And then there's a, you know what, actually, let's roll for, maybe make a reaction roll. I rarely used reaction rolls, so let's see what this monk's intentions are. And let's go to the Shadowdark core rules here. I think there's something regarding encounters. Random encounters 112. I think there's also a reaction table. Let's see. Reaction check. Okay. So it is 2d6 plus charisma modifier. Oh, but this is when we oh no, if it would not already be clear. Okay, so look, let's determine the attitude, but I cannot add my charisma modifier because we don't interact with the monk yet, because we haven't spotted the monk. So the monk is approaching or sneaking up, you could say, on our camp. But let's see what are his intentions. So it's 2d6. Nine. It is neutral. Okay, so he is neutral means he stays hidden for a while and observes the camp for a while to see what is going on, and then he announces his presence. He goes, "Don't be startled, travelers. I mean you no harm." And immediately I look towards the noise, and instinctively my head wanders across or towards the hilt of my dagger, but I don't draw it yet. And I go, "Who goes there? Show yourself." And then, let's determine if it's male or female. Even is always female. It is a 5. All right, so male, a male monk. So so this male monk, it is a male, maybe around 20 to 25 years old, shaved bald head with a tattoo on his forehead. A tattoo on his forehead, shaved head. This tattoo looks sort of like a tribal tattoo, and wearing loose-fitting clothing, and not really fitting shoes, like sandal-like shoes, and just a light, not a backpack, but a bag that you like sling across your upper body, like from right to left. Have you seen the old Kung Fu show with David Carradine as Kane, where he is in the Wild West, like one of these cloth bags that you basically sling around your body? So something like this, loose-fitting clothes, how you would imagine like a Shaolin Asian style monk, basically. And he steps out of the shadows and says, "I mean you no harm, travelers. I mean you no harm. I'm a traveler just like you, and I just happened to see the shine of your fire, and I was wondering if you might be willing to share this fire with me and let me make camp with you for the night, for both of our benefits. These lands are dangerous, and there's strength in numbers." And Reo, I look at this monk, and I go, "You're traveling awful light for such dangerous regions. No armor, no weapons. What are you? Some sort of wizard?" Reo asks. And the monk goes, "No, my name is Lao." Okay, I'll write this down. Meet Lao, monk. And he was neutral. And he is, let's say, 23 years old. "My name is Lao, and my will and my inner strength are my weapons. I have no need for steel and no need for armor." Pretty confident. "Well, I have survived this far, or until now." And Reo goes, "Well, obviously you have. I don't think you're an undead." "Well, why not? Please, step closer. You can share the fire with us." Then I make a little bit small talk, and let's see if there's anything special that the monk maybe tells us that he has experienced or encountered. I'll give it a 50-50. So 50% he's got some interesting story to share with us. 55. Sadly, no, but 55 means a twist, because I rolled doubles, 5-5. A twist is introduced into the story. And for the twists, I do have the random idea generator in my framework, which is basically 3 columns of 20 words each that are, or that should trigger some sort of image or idea in your head, and you just roll 3 words and you see what you can do with them by rolling for the column and the word. And you inject this twist whenever it fits into the story. So we are in a nice little small talk conversation by the fire with the monk. And the first thing that would be column 2, word 4 is lock. Okay, let me write this down here. See, lock. You can interpret this literally or more abstract. Column 3, word 2, a pair of dice. A pair of dice. So maybe something luck, gambling, fate, good fortune, bad fortune. And let's see, column 17, column 1, word 17, portcullis. All right, so this fits with lock, portcullis. Okay, so what I'm gathering from this, I'm just ignoring the pair of dice. So if something does not make sense, you can disregard it, but portcullis and lock fits, and I'm interpreting this in a more abstract way. So portcullis and lock means for me confined, blocked, locked in, restrained. So what I get from this, and this was actually the first thing that came to mind when I rolled lock, like locked in. And usually it's best to not overthink it and just run with the first thing that comes to mind. So for me, this means while we are talking, we are locked in or surrounded by some strange either creatures, enemies, whatever. So at least it's not good. So we are basically surrounded, circled in by some sort of creature or humanoid monsters. And the first thing, because we are in the swamps, first thing that comes to mind are Lizardfolk that live in the swamps. So this is what I will run with. So while we are talking, a group of, or a small hunting party of Lizardfolk approaches our camp and basically has us surrounded, has us locked in, and they attack because they see us either as intruders into their territory or just as food, as a food source. Okay, so this is what I will be doing. So like I said, don't overthink it, and don't let yourself get boxed in by, like, for example, I rolled, okay, random encounter, but not a creature, but an NPC encounter. But when the flow of the story dictates that something should happen and it makes sense in the game world, and this was all like random and organically injected into the story, just run with it. So don't say like, oh, but I didn't roll a combat encounter, there can't be combat here. Yes, there can. It's your game. So some little solo RPG wisdom, splint or strewn in. All right, Lizardfolk. So we are in a danger level 3 area, and by the one-on-one monster table, it is like this, danger level 3. means average party level suggested is 3, which actually still translates to a level 1 monster. And we are 3 characters now with a monk, so 3 monster levels worth. But let's look up Lizardfolk, and then I will see what I make of it. Lizardfolk are actually level 2 monsters. So we are level 3, and I don't know about the monk, but I will just... it's a danger level 3, which is still a party level. So I will just go with 1. You know what? No, babe. It'll be... I don't want to get it too hard, but my experience with these characters, they're pretty powerful because I started them out with maximum hit points. I made good hit point rolls, and they have pretty high armor class. So I'm going with 1 lizard folk per character, which would be a total of 4 level 2 characters, so 8 monster levels. So it is actually more than a danger level 3 encounter, but I will just go with it, and I will be taking the stats right of the Shadowdark book. And yeah, and so what I did, I got the Shadowdark book. I bought the book hardcover, but with the hardcover came the PDF, and I just had the PDF printed at my favorite online print shop together with my Defenders of the Shadowlands game in 1 volume. So I got basically a little soft cover hard copy of the book. Okay, so Lizardfolk, and I can take the stats right out of this book right here. Okay, so just give me one second here. The only thing is it doesn't really lay flat, so I'm working with these little cards to mark pages. So AC 14, 11 HP, and plus 2, 1d6. AC 14. AC 14 plus 2, 1d6. They have spears, and what did I say? 11 HP. Yeah. They don't have any special abilities except that they have a swim movement speed. So, and HP 11, and there are 4 of them. Okay. So let me get out some pawns here. I have them sort of like pre-selected here. I got like my humanoid monster bag here from Pathfinder Pawns. And I think here, Lizardfolk, I got some swamp creatures in there as well. Lizardfolk, and Lizardfolk. Those are the 4, and I also need a player pawn for the monk. Okay. I also got those. I got a PC pawn box here, so I'm not making like the first thing that sort of fits. I will just use. So, oh look, this is great. Fang Monastery Warden. Can you see this? So this actually comes pretty close to how I imagined this guy, with a bald head, loose fitting clothes. So that'll be the monk. Okay. So let's find a fitting. Good thing we got the luck tokens. Fitting battle map here. I will use the standard camp battle map, even though it's not really swampy, but that doesn't matter. So this is our camp right here. Ileana, she's asleep. I was by the fire, and the monk joined me at the fire across from me, like so. And now we have the Lizardfolk that sort of surrounded us. So one actually comes out of the bushes here pretty close. So they are pretty close actually. And so we are here. One comes out of the bush here. Like I said, they have us sort of surrounded. We're locked in. One is here. And let's make it interesting. Another one pops up right here. And for simplicity's sake, I will keep the combat confined to this little battle map here. Okay. Now, by my custom house initiative rules, if we're not ambushed, we usually go first. But we are sort of ambushed because we are talking, and oh, and I can't forget to deduct rations because I didn't forage, so not successfully. Okay, so I'll give them the first turn. So they got spears. So as we're talking, suddenly out of the darkness and out of the swamp, and they're not hindered by the terrain in any way, comes this creature and attacks the monk. And I will just make up stats for the monk pretty quick. So I don't have their custom monk class supplements that I don't have yet, or I do have the players option thing, but never mind. I'm not going to look it up. I just give the monk an AC of 15. I know it's pretty high, but I figure he's got some sort of special key ability and his wisdom modifier and whatnot. So he's got an AC of 15. He attacks +4, deals d6 damage with an unarmed strike, and I'll give him, let's give him 12 hit points. So that is the monk. Okay, so this first lizard folk jumps out of the darkness and attacks the monk with the spear, with +2 for potentially d6 damage. Oh, look at this, natural one. But the lizard folk stumbles and almost loses its spear, but only almost. And that was his turn. And like I said, I go, you go, I alternate sides. So I will just continue with the monk because already this guy is in close melee range. So the monk, he immediately enters a combat stance, does some sort of fancy martial arts move, attacks +4. Yes, 16 +4 and maximum damage, 6 points of damage. So actually that is a pretty good hit. So this first lizard folk there. Take my versatile little cardboard tokens. He is down to 5 hit points. So 11 down to 5. Okay, so I go, you go. Now it's the lizard folk's turn again. So the monk, he could move, but he doesn't want to because he's engaged in close combat and he's a monk. Now the lizard folk. This lizard folk here moves towards Reo and attacks him with the spear. +2. Oh, that is 19 +2. That is a hit for 4 points of damage. And Reo's got 23 hit points. -4, that is 19. Okay. So I go, you go. It is Reo's turn. He moves one step to protect Elenora a little. He doesn't know if she's awake yet, so basically he moves into this path of this lizard folk and attacks with his dagger that he has mastered. So he attacks +7 d4 +2 damage. Oh, I roll a 2. +7, that is 9. That is not enough. I miss. Okay, I go, you go. We still have 2 lizard folk and Elenora. So lizard folk moves towards Elenora. I'm just saying she woke up. So she's not asleep anymore. She's got her weapons nearby. Lucky. Natural 2, so no hit, because it would have been 6 points of damage. Okay, now Elenora. Yeah, because this guy is so close to her, she grabs her masterwork longsword that she's got close to her bedroll and attacks +3 d8 +1. Yes, 18, but only 2 points of damage +1, that is 3. So this 11 minus 3, that is 8. So this lizard folk is down to 8, and Elenora has acted, and now the final lizard folk is here. He will join his companion 1, 2, 3, 4 and attack the monk as well. And it's a miss. A 4 + 2, that is 6, but it would also have been 6 points of damage, so that is good. So this concludes the round. And we do start a new round. I'll collect these. This is a little bit fiddly, but it works for me. Okay, and again I'll keep the order. So in this combat, the enemies get the first turn. I go, you go, and this wounded lizard folk will act first this round and also attack the monk. Oh, 13 + 2, that is exactly the 15 he needs. The monk has AC 15, 3 points of damage, taking the monk down to 9, from 12 to 9. So the monk blocks, but is exhausted, but immediately retaliates. But he doesn't like this, so he moves a little 1, 2 to here and attacks. +4, 1d6. Yes, 19, but only 1 point of damage against this wounded. So he's at 4 points. Damn it. Okay, so now it's the lizard's turn again. I go, you go. I stay in this area of the fight for this moment, and this lizard folk moves up and attacks the monk. So he is in a defensive stand. That is 9 + 2, that is not enough. That is 11. So he blocks with feet and hands, and it's my turn again. Let's do Elenora. Elenora, Masterwork Longsword. 9 + 3. That is exactly the 12 she needs for 3 points of damage. Taking this guy to 5 hit points. Okay, this guy immediately retaliates with his spear. Eight. No, that's not enough. Elenora also has AC 17. so that's a miss. All right, now my turn. Reo hasn't acted yet. Okay, I know. This would be like metagaming. I would move and try to attack this guy because then we would have probably one guy less next round. However, this guy hasn't acted yet, but I probably can take him out because I don't deal 11 points of damage unless I crit. But keeping it cinematic, we each have our own opponent, are involved into our own little melee here. So I'll stick to this guy with my dagger that I have mastered. Oh, luck token. I'm using a luck token because that's what they're for. I rolled a 5. Oh wait, no, I rolled a 5. I get +7, and that is 12. They have AC 14. Ah, damn it! I messed it up. I thought they had 12. I think this other hit would also have missed. I gotta keep this in mind. AC 14. So I'm going to use the luck token and re-roll. Yes, 12, but 1 plus, plus 2, 3 points of damage. So again, 8. Alright, so 8. And now the final lizard. I don't need to take this cube. I know it's the final one. Attacking Reo. No, 11 plus 2 Reo. He's got an AC of 18. So this is what I mean by being pretty powerful. So get all these from the board. You didn't get one. Okay. So the lizards, they go first. This 4 hit point lizard is once again attacking the monk. +2 versus 15. 11 plus 2 is 13. No, would have also been only 1 point of damage. And he already got his cube. Okay, the monk retaliates. Time to take this guy out who's at 4 HP. +4. 6 plus 4, no, that's 10. They got AC 14. The monk stays where he's at. Okay, this lizard retaliates, sticking to the monk area here. +2 versus 15. 8, no, +2, that is 10. Lucky, because it would have been maximum damage. Okay, so now our turn again. The Lizardfolk. Now Elenora, Masterwork Longsword. +3 attack versus 14. Yes, 19 and 4 points +1. That is 5. That is exactly the 5 that she needs. So she makes a sidestep and slashes him right across the chest and basically guts him. Okay, that was Elenora. Now the last lizard folk attacking Reo. Oh, 18, that's a hit. +2, 20 for 4 points of damage. Reo is at 15 hit points. From 19 to 15. Okay. And now, yeah, Elenora cut it. Now it's Rio's turn. Yes, so I don't need to give him a cue because he's the last guy acting. Again with his dagger. +7 versus 14. I need a 7 or higher. 8 plus 7, that is 15. That's great. For 2 and 2, 4 points, bringing this guy from 8 to 4 points. So I slash him across the chest, but it doesn't take him out. Okay, so I don't need his cube. Remove all the cubes. Everybody has acted. And the next round, the lizards go first. This guy again, sticking to the plan, attacking the monk with his spear. The monk, agile as a cat, dances around. Yes, 2. No. Alright, so immediately he retaliates with a cobra head strike, whirlwind kick. Natural 3. No, would have been 6 points of damage, but he wanted too much. The whirlwind didn't work as planned. So this lizard folk, he wants to use the opening because of the missed attack and uses his spear, and yes, 16 for 4 points of damage. Taking the monk down to 5. So the monk is hurting. Our turn. Elenora, she sees that the monk is in trouble, moves up, and so I don't have time to change weapons. Can't waste my action for that, so I just move up to this lizard folk who is still undamaged, and again masterwork longsword, silvered by the way as well, but this doesn't matter against those creatures. No, I rolled a 5. No hit. Lizard folk, the last one that hasn't acted, is this guy, and he is attacking Reo. +12 +2, no. Too much. Reo AC 18. And now finally Reo doesn't get a cube again, attacking this guy with his dagger. Oh, natural 1, and I already used my luck token, so no. So no cube for Reo, he was the last one. Damn, next round, no luck token. Okay, the lizard people. You know what? Let's just start with this guy this time. Doesn't really matter, just to mix things up a little. Natural 1, so that's actually good for me. So Reo immediately retaliates, taking this guy out. Dagger, where's the D4 here? Yes, 15, that hits, and 6 points of damage. He's at 4, so I sidestep, flip the dagger around in my head so that I grip it like this so that the blade sticks out this way, sidestep, and from underneath directly into the neck, into the throat, upwards. Okay, that was Reo. And as a matter of fact, I can still move because I attacked first. So I will move and move adjacent to this lizard folk. Okay, so that was Reo. So now it's lizard folk time. None of these two guys acted. I'm going with the wounded lizard folk first. And he attacks the monk. Because he has... and again, I'm not using morale. 8 +2, that is a miss. The monk has 15. Okay, so now the monk retaliates. And this time I'm doing a little metagaming here because I know that this guy still can act. And so I want to soften him up so that maybe she can take him out. So the monk attacking this guy with his unarmed cobra snake strike, whirlwind kick, and it's an 11 +4, that is 15. That is enough, but only 2 points of damage. So 11 - 2, that is 9. but who knows? Now it's the Lizardfolk's turn first. So the Lizardfolk will retaliate against the monk. Lao is his name. 5, no, that's a miss. And now Elenora, she doesn't need a cube because she's the last one in this round who gets to act. Attacks this lizard folk. Well, she needs to deal maximum damage to take him out, but you never know. +3, Masterwork Longsword. 12 +3, that is 15. That would be a hit because it's AC 14, but sadly only 1 +1, that is 2 points of damage. So this guy is at 7 HP. Okay. And we remove the cubes. I know this is a little bit fiddly, but this is also because I don't see it all because of the setup here. And yeah, never mind. Okay, so 2 lizard folk left. The one with 4 hit points first. Make it count. Lizard folks go first. Attacks the monk. Again with this spear, crude crafted spear, but no. Okay, so the monk. This time, no, again, same tactic. Attacking the lizard folk that has not acted yet. A 10 +5, that, +4, that is exactly 14, what I need, but only 2 points of damage. But still taking this lizard folk down to 5. And now the lizard folk retaliates with his spear against the monk. (14 +2), that's a hit. 5 points of damage. So the monk is at 0 and goes down. He is dying. So that was this guy. Now Elenora attacking this lizard folk. Masterwork. Where's my D8 here? +3. 11 +3. That is exactly the 14 I need for 3 points of damage, but sadly not enough damage to take him out. Still at 2 hit points. And that was Elenora. So this guy has already acted. So now we got Reo still. And Reo, he doesn't get a cube. He attacks with his dagger this 4 hit point lizard folk, hopefully taking him out. Yes, 16 rolled, 4 +2, that is 6. So again, a bloody mess. And he can still move, but he doesn't. Yeah, yes, he moves so that he moves here that he can stabilize if the need arises the monk. Okay, so round is over. Next round, we only got 1 lizard folk standing with 2 HP. Okay, so here I am using not morale, but GM's fiat. So with only 2 hit points, and he wants to get away, and we let him because no, actually we don't want to let him go away, because he could alert others or gather reinforcements. So he moves, and that was his action. And Reo throws the dagger after him, using it as a throwing weapon. Hopefully, oh, yeah, 8 plus 7, that is 15. Thank God I got such a high attack value. And 5 points of damage. So as this lizard folk charges and wants to slip away into the darkness, Reo, with a flick of his wrist and with deadly accuracy, the dagger hits him in the neck and takes him down. And we immediately tend to the monk. So I'm not going to be a death counter and such. Elenora, she can make one roll to try to stabilize him. And if that fails, he's dead. And I think it's a DC 15 to stabilize a dying character. I think it's here in the summary. Dying. Stabilize. Yes, DC 15 in check. Okay, DC 15 in check. Intelligence, she has no modifier. Don't give her advantage because Ranger is not a medic. DC 15. Come on. 19. Okay. So otherwise I could have rerolled. So she stabilizes him. Let's just say he's back to 1 hit point, which is not a lot. But the thing is, now our rest was interrupted. We still have to consume a ration. So we had to consume a ration because we didn't forage. My pool rations are 6. Everybody's carrying 3. So now I'm down to 4. The monk, he's got his own provisions. 4 rations. And we start the next day without getting the benefit of a rest because our rest was not successful, basically. It was interrupted. So we start the next day, the monk at 1 hit point, Reo at 15 out of his 23 hit points. Thankfully, Elenora still unharmed. Yeah, so we start the next day. Let's roll for the weather. Those dead bodies, the dead lizard folk, they don't have anything of worth or value. We make a quick search and then we go to the monk. You look seriously injured. I don't know where you were headed, but you should come with us. We are headed for Kamaron, and if we make haste, we can reach it by the end of the day. You should travel with us. And the monk goes, yeah, you're right. You saved my life. I will travel with you. Okay, so let's see what the weather has in store for us. Please not. Oh, I knew it. 1. All right, so 1 is severe and bad weather for the season. So as the night moves on and suddenly the wind picks up and we can see in the distance, we can see lightning from a thunderstorm brewing in the distance. The wind picks up, so, and as by dawn there's a downpour, heavy rain. It is very hard to see. We can barely see anything, and it'll be so that 1 square in the swamp counts as 3 hexes now, and 1 square in the plains as 2 hexes because of the severe bad weather. So it's stormy, it is rainy, the visibility is limited, yeah, so we have to move very slow. Every step is a slog because of the downpour, making the swamp even more dangerous and treacherous. So you know what? I'm already over an hour. I will end this here. So we keep this in mind. We started this day with very bad and severe weather. So this will be 3 squares and 2 squares. So that would be force marched. But we will see if we make it to Kamaron, because we're also not at full health, because we didn't get the benefit of a rest. Okay, so I'll leave it here. I end the session here. So if you like what you see, please do subscribe to the channel and like and comment and do all those YouTube things. And if you want to support the channel some more, pick up my wonderful product, the Solo RPG framework and toolbox for fantasy games. I got another one for sci-fi games. And of course, I got my Shadowdark board game and all this nice stuff on my publisher page on Drive-Thru RPG, which I will link in this video's description. So have a wonderful remaining week and a good start into the weekend. I'll see you in the next video. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.